The paradox we are about to explore is called the paradox of the plankton. It begins with something subtle, like a silent drift, not of thought, but of life itself. Imagine yourself as a tiny speck floating in the vast sunlit layers of the ocean, nearly invisible. You have no eyes to see, no mind to ponder, no goals to chase, only the gentle push and pull of currents and light. In such humble beginnings, simplicity rules. Yet from this delicate, aimless motion emerged everything complex and alive. The birds that sing, the trees that reach, the whales that roam, and ultimately, you. This paradox whispers a quiet but profound question. If life began without awareness, at what moment did consciousness begin to stir? To ponder this, we walk a delicate line between motion and intention, between mere reaction and real choice. We accept that humans possess consciousness. We think, we feel, we remember. But our ancient ancestors, far removed in time, were mere drifting cells reacting to heat or pressure without thought or intent. So when did the light of awareness switch on? Was there a first breath that held a thought? A first creature that recognized itself as alive? Or did the dawn of consciousness emerge so quietly and gradually that none could pinpoint its arrival? Here lies the mystery, a flowing tide of becoming without a single moment to claim as the start of knowing. Lena is a neuroscientist, gentle and introspective, her days spent studying the boundary where simple life turns to awareness. She often finds her thoughts adrift in this paradox, much like the plankton she contemplates, from cells to consciousness. Though grounded in the sterile hum of her lab, Lena carries a quiet solitude, carrying the weight of questions that have no clear answers. She wonders about her own beginnings, when she became truly aware of being and what that means. Her life becomes a mirror reflecting that ancient drift from simplicity towards complexity, a journey both scientific and deeply personal. In the stillness of her home, Lena sits by a window as dusk spills silver light on worn journals and flickering candles. The paradox feels alive in these moments, a blend of nostalgia and wonder. She recalls childhood memories like fragile glass, some clear, others blurred beyond reach. Her mind traces the threads back to times when awareness was faint, a slow bloom beneath shadows. Lena feels the restless echo of evolution within herself, the layered selves still floating quietly beneath the surface of conscious thought. It is as if she inhabits both the timeless ocean and the moment, a being suspended between what was and what is becoming. Yet the tension grows as Lena confronts the paradox in her work and in herself. The more she studies consciousness emerging from simple life, the more elusive that first spark becomes. Each discovery opens new questions, revealing how continuous and seamless the dawn of awareness truly is. She observes infants, creatures, machines, each blurring the lines between reacting and choosing. This ambiguity unsettles her, a slow, creeping indistinctness that resists definition or capture. The paradox enfolds her within its silent currents, a tide without a shore, leaving Lena to wonder if she herself is just another plankton adrift on an endless sea of becoming. One evening, caught in a moment between wakefulness and sleep, Lena feels the paradox ripple within her like the tide, grain by grain, imperceptibly rising. She senses the merging of instincts, memories, and thoughts, all layered but inseparable. What seemed like distinct moments of awareness now meld into a quiet continuity. The lifetimes of cells past and selves present swirl together in a deep current beneath her skin. It is here, suspended in time and consciousness, that Lena glimpses the truth of the paradox. Awareness does not burst into being all at once. Instead, it folds slowly out of stillness, a ripple on an infinite ocean. In this slow unfolding, Lena discovers a gentle shift, a new way to see the paradox not as a problem to solve, but as a living journey to inhabit. She recognizes that the story of becoming aware is less about beginnings and more about layers, each building softly upon the other without erasing what came before. The challenge of pinpointing when consciousness arose dissolves into an acceptance of gradual emergence, a symphony of motion and intention intertwined. With this realization, Lena feels a tenderness for the countless invisible ancestors drifting in her veins, their silent motion still echoing through her waking moments. This epiphany reverberates far beyond Lena's personal quest. The paradox of the plankton stretches out into science and life, urging us to ask not just where awareness began, but how it continues to evolve. Could machines drift towards knowing? Might insect swarms whisper collective thought in shadows? Could our planet one day wake to itself? Lena sees the paradox as a gentle invitation to embrace uncertainty and wonder. Instead of seeking a definitive line dividing being from non-being, she invites us to witness the soft tendrils of consciousness weaving themselves quietly through all life, impelling us to look deeper within and beyond ourselves. As Lena prepares for rest, she surrenders her questions to the dark, letting the stillness cradle her thoughts like the ocean cradles plankton. The ancient parts of her, simple, silent, drifting, remain beneath the surface, watching, listening, becoming. She feels their timeless presence humming gently in the slow breath of night. And as her eyelids close, the paradox lingers. Awareness is both mystery and gift, a silent tide rising quietly within us all. It invites one final soft reflection. If the spark of consciousness grew from what was once unaware, what other quiet wonders might be waiting just beneath the surface, ready to awaken? So now, as you lie still drifting toward sleep, consider this quietly. If that ancient part of you, once simple plankton in a vast ocean, is still watching and becoming, are you ready to let it speak? To hear the silent currents of your own unfolding awareness? The paradox of the plankton is more than a question of origins. It is a gentle call to honor the slow, mysterious rise of being itself. What might awaken next within you or beyond? The night holds its breath, inviting you to listen deeply, to wonder softly, and perhaps to awaken alongside the tide.